I can't see the beam in this like I can over here. That's got me right there. See, I'm shining. Epic beats Brita. This is so cool. Where our water comes out of the ground. Now I've fixed a leak in the last 2 days, one here, and just now I fixed one right there where it goes into the pump. But you can see this is our filter, and that is the color of water. Well, there's water in there, but this sand is that orange color. And so that's what gets the sediment out. And then right under that PVC pipe is that sanitizer. And that's what kills the bacteria. And so I don't have anything to test the water myself. If I want it tested, I've got to go to the health department, or I can buy testing equipment online. But I do know when we have a lot of rain and a lot of rain over a week's time, then this water will get cloudy. And so even though this is a little cleaner, I've got an old filter. I'll show it to you. This is the filter that came out a few days ago. And that's discouraging finding that in your water. So my hope is with this nano filter from Epic that it's going to get all of the bacteria out of the water. And so we don't have to worry about it. Because water's a big deal here, and water everywhere is a big deal. It's mainly all that I drink. I don't drink sodas or anything. Rarely do I drink tea. Just a little hitchhiker out here in the country. And as Amy would say, watch out, them things will spit in your eye. I've never seen one spit in my eye, but maybe I don't know everything. And so, but I got on glasses, so maybe I'll be okay. So I'm going to be doing testing with this pitcher. I'm going to fill it up. After I do it, it's 2 times that we are told to fill it and pour it out, just in case there's any residue comes out of the filter medium. Once I do that, I'm going to start using it, and I'm going to see, does it look better than the Brita? Does it taste better than the Brita? Or do they look the same? I've got high hopes that this Epic product will serve us well here and make sure that our water is healthy and doesn't have bacteria in it. Hey, this is Skip from Hammer's Renovation. Epic Water Filters reached out to me and see if they could help us with our well water issues. Now, if you've seen my videos in the past, when we moved here, our water was making us sick. We contacted the county and we failed 3 tests with the health department, and every time they found E. coli in the water. Now, I went through a bleaching process several times, 3 times for those 3 failures, and it never helped the E. coli. So I found a sanitizer light and put it in line, and on the 4th test we finally passed, and there was no more E. coli. Now, we still have a sediment issue, and being here in the country, here in Georgia, it's very sandy, and so we get sediment in the water, and we do have a sediment filter out by the pump, but still some silt finds its way into the piping in the house. So I got a Brita water filter. Now, using the Brita filter, we've used it for a while now, and we're on our 2nd filter with it, and sometimes the water looks great. Sometimes after the water has gone through the filter, it's cloudy and we just can't drink it. So we have to try again and see if it clears up. So in talking with Epic Filters, they have two different ones, and one is for getting chemicals out of your water, like if you're on city water, but they said they offer something directed specifically at well water, and told me that they'd like to send me one and let me try it out and see what I thought and share my findings. And so that's where we are today. Now, of those two separate filters that they offer, they have several different varieties of ways to filter your water, and one is the pitcher you see here, and another is this bottle here. And this bottle is pretty cool because the straw will actually hold the filter here. And these two types of filters, you have one that is for tap water only, and this one is for any fresh water. So in my mind, any fresh water means if I had to go to the pond and put pond water in that it should take care of that. I mean, that's their claims. I don't know if I want to try that. I don't have to, but as far as using it on well water, I think I would be comfortable with well water, especially having the issues. Some of the things that they claim that it filters out is chlorine, arsenic, fluoride, giardia, which is cyst in water, lead, mercury, chromium-6, E. coli, trihalomethane virus. Now, this product will filter out 99.9% of freshwater contaminants and last up to 150 gallons before you have to replace your filter. This one here, from what it says, is that it takes the place of 500 water bottles, and that's pretty amazing for that little thing. And then all you have to do is carry this bottle around. Or they have another one that is this style, but it is designed to go on the bottom of your straw in your favorite water bottle. So that way, if you only want one of these to go in your bottle that you like to use, they offer that as well. Now, the fourth thing that they do is they have under sink filters to filter it out right out the sink there. Now, what I want to do is I want to fill this pitcher and my Brita pitcher that's right behind you, and fill them up and see the clarity of the water once it is done filtering through. So that's going to be my first test. But before I can start my test, I have to fill this up twice according to their instructions. So if there's any if there's any filter material in there, it may discolor the water. So they say fill it up twice, dump it, and then you should be good to go. So that's what we're gonna do. So you can see here, this is my Brita. I have emptied it and went ahead and washed it to make sure there's no sediment to give it a fair shot at comparing to the Epic. Now I'm gonna fill the Epic with the tap here and go ahead and let it start its to fill and to dump process. I don't know if it takes a while for it to come through, or if maybe I didn't read all the instructions and there's maybe plastic over the filter in there. Well, I'm gonna give it a couple minutes, and if I don't see any water trickling, then I'll dump this and take it back apart. It is actually draining through. All right, once I'm done with that, then we'll go to the side-by-side comparison. All right, round 2 is done. Pour it out. fill both of them up. All right, they are both full. And obviously the pitcher is going to fill up faster than the tank. I'm going to put it on time lapse. All right, so both of those came out clear, and I started using them, but my well blew out the pipe, so I had to redo it, and it had been running for hours and hours, so it's churned up some sand, and now the water's cloudy, and this I think is be the test I was looking for the other day, so I'm gonna set it up. All right, so I'm gonna fill them up just like I did last time. Okay, now I'm going to fill up a cup, a glass. Let's see if we can see. I don't know if you can tell if it's cloudy. Not. I don't think that helps. But I guess that'll be our control. All right, they are done. That one was much slower filtering this time. I wonder if it's because the water had was a lot more dirty. I'll put that up. Let's just check and see. That's pretty clear. That's the Brita. I don't know if it picks up. I can see a tint to the Brita water. I see it from this direction. I'm looking at it towards the bottom. All right, now let's look in the glass here. You see that? It is sediment from that orange sand. So I'm gonna take the top out. See the sand that it caught in here. Let's see if see some debris. All right, I'll put it back together. I think I put it backwards. There we go. Oh, and that has a cool little day counter. Let's take this one out. Okay, that fell. So I can see the beam passing through the water, and I think you'd only see the beam if there were like dissolved stuff in the water. I don't know if I saw that over here. I didn't check for it either. Yeah, I can't see the beam in this like I can over here. Hasn't got me right there. See, I'm shining. Epic beats Brita. This is so cool. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna rinse this out. I'm gonna pour out that dirty Brita water, and I'm gonna fill it with the Nano. And so I have plenty of water on deck. Move back, Winter, for just a minute. You know what's bad is we've been drinking out of this thing for a little while and thought that it was protecting us. Thought it was cleaning our water. I'm sure I'm glad Epic reached out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the good water in the big container. Now I know Epic has. And you gotta watch out for that little extra bit right there, so you don't pour it. You don't pour it into your drink. See if we can get any more sand. Okay, it's filled. Here's a light test on unfiltered water. You can see it floating. Another thing I like is there's a gasket on that filter. So so it can't slip by like it can do in the Brita. Well, I don't know how many times I've filled up this tank and refilled this one. And it is now at 81 days left, started at 90. So this has been a lot of days. I have really enjoyed this water. Now, in all the days since we started, I have not rinsed out this top container here. And so this is the sand and stuff you can see while it still has a little bit of water in it. I'll take a video of it whenever it's empty so we can see just how much is left. So it's been 10 days and I feel good from using this water. I feel more confident, and I think that's the biggest thing. Is I thought Brita was doing a good job and cleaning the water for us to drink. I knew we had the issue with sand. I guess just putting this Epit Nano to use and seeing it, and what spoke the most to me was the flashlight through the water, where you could see the beam in the water that was supposed to be filtered, where it had all those dissolved particulates, and then shining it through the Epic one, and you couldn't see the beam in the water at all. Said a lot to me. So I'm going to put one of these Epics under my sink, and probably on hot and cold water, because I want the water I cook with clean as well. I don't want to be putting sand and whatever else is in that in my family's food when I cook. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to keep these tanks over here going. And it's just nice to know that you can be confident that you're giving your family good, clean water, and even when you're on a well, and they're not going to get sick. So thank you guys for watching. Epit water filters. Nano is the one I'm using. It's good for well. They also have them that if you're on city water, they help with those too. There'll be some links in the description of where you can buy them. So this is a great thing for my family. And thank you guys for sticking around, and we'll see you next time.